beautiful people, I'm Erin and this is Erin on Demand, and I am here with a special guest, Rima. Rima, introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Rima. I am also a creator and an entrepreneur, and I'm so excited to be working here with Erin and just getting to know all of you as well.
Rima is in the eBrand Club, and she's also in Creator to CEO, and now she's working with me as a part of our team, helping with more business strategy, like, you know, big picture. So Rima, do you want to share a bit of like what you do and how you got into it?
Yeah, for sure. So I actually went a super non-traditional route to becoming an entrepreneur. I started my career as a teacher, and then right after teaching I wanted to transition into business, and I felt like the only way to do that was to go to business school, which is actually not true at all. But I did get my MBA in Michigan, and just always had this like entrepreneurial like urge. So I was following people like Erin and people who were like making it happen for them, all the while starting my own business while I was in my MBA. And so what I focus on specifically now is helping other Arab women kind of transition into entrepreneurship, because in our community, there's kind of like the three main careers that you're supposed to do, but you have so many people who are so creative and want to do different things. Yeah. And so when I find someone like Erin, who I feel is like doing things in such a real, authentic, different way, I like go down rabbit holes. So I was like binge watching this exact channel, like just watching everything and trying to learn. And so I joined the club, I joined the course, I DM'd her in the course portal. I'm like, let me just shoot my shot. Like, nothing. Yeah. The worst that happens is she ignores me and I still like, you know, benefit from the content. But obviously when things are aligned, they're aligned. So I do some client work, and basically this partnership is one where I'm helping with like high level business strategy. And so I'm not gonna say exactly what we're working on. I'll let Erin tell you more of that, but there's just a lot of exciting stuff coming. And I feel really grateful to be here.
Yeah, it's crazy too, because like, I think people may watch this and say, well, Erin, you do like strategy, and you know, why would you hire or have someone else doing that with you? But it is very challenging to do it for yourself. Right. Like it's so much easier to look at someone else's business or what they have and like help them connect the dots. But when you're in it and you're doing it and you're working in the day-to-day, you're managing people and you have just a lot of thoughts and creativity and ideas going on about your own business, it is hard to like look at it from a bird's eye view and just try to connect the dots in a like strategic way. For sure. So that's why we have Rima, and she has been so amazing, like literally so amazing. And so one of the things we're working on is rewiring the eBrand Club. But it's one of those things where, just honestly speaking, it requires so much from me. And it's not a sustainable, like, it's not a sustainable model for where I am in life. And I just needed something, like I didn't want to get rid of it, but I also needed it to like work in my lifestyle. And that has been like a big mindset shift that I've also had to like work on and embrace, is that like everything won't look the same in every season. Like your business is allowed to change, your offers are allowed to change, like, and people may drop off and some people may not, but you know, that's okay. And so that's kind of where we're at. So in terms of like the eBrand Club, can you kind of like share how you're able to like, for one, how your experience kind of shaped how you brought perspective to us, but like how you're able to just like think about the big picture in the way that you do to help us like, I don't know, move forward.
Yeah, so I love the eBrand Club, and the main reason I joined was obviously because the way that I look at it, and I've said this before, is it's like this YouTube channel on steroids. So if you already get a lot out of the YouTube channel, you're taking it to that next level, and you're obviously getting more FaceTime with Erin. So now we're at a place where it's like, okay, she has so many people who are in this program who've been going through all the lessons, but there's like more value that she can give in a different way. So it's funny you're saying like you're making, I think as entrepreneurs, we always make this assumption that the things that are best for us might be taking away from the people we're trying to serve. When I've actually learned that like a lot of times the stuff that we want to make our lives better or more streamlined actually helps people more, because we're starting to think of it in a way of like, okay, cool, I'm maybe recording less lessons, but how can I make sure these lessons are structured in a way that is really getting them to a transformation? And so that's what we started working on together, thinking through what are e-bosses getting out of this? What are their favorite things about this program? And what are they looking for? And how can we make this like a journey from beginning to end, I guess, that they're going through, versus kind of an ongoing community and ongoing like calendar of really exciting events, but how can those events be something that are like a stepping stone to turning into like the ultimate creator? Yeah,
because I was starting to feel like we were exerting so much energy, but like they weren't getting everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like it just started to become like, well, what's the point? Like, I'm exerting all of this, like we're doing all of these things every month.
Yeah.
But with a membership club, like keeping people engaged is the biggest feat. Like you have to keep people engaged. And I think having more of a journey of how they will go through the program is better than how we've had it structured, where it's just kind of like every month there's a new calendar and random topics and like, you know, we have all these different types of people in there with different types of businesses and different goals and different stages, and you know, it's just kind of like trying to like reel it in, you know, and really talk to the people that we want to talk to, which I talk about all the time on this channel. So it's like, it really helps to have someone like here to help me do that as well for the accountability.
Yeah, like if you're watching this channel, if you've been a watcher of this channel, you understand that there's like an information overload thing that can happen where you get addicted to maybe even these videos every week, and you're trying to learn and you're trying to learn, and that's amazing. But I had to check myself at one point where I was like learning so much, but I was so scared to do something with it. And I think that's what, like, at least I'm most excited about for the eBrand Club's transformation, is like, not only are they going to have amazing information, but now it's like, all right, now go do this and go do this, and let's talk about what happened after you tried that thing. And I love that approach, because it doesn't put people in that paralysis of feeling like, I don't know enough. Because as you know, like, and as you've talked about, as a creator, you can't learn unless you're out there just learning from your audience.
Right, exactly.
What are you most excited about?
Like, in what regard?
So when it comes to just what's up next for the next few months, and for the eBrand Club specifically, what excites you the most about the changes? Oh my God, are you not used to being like put on the spot on your own channel?
Right, I can't put on the spot on my own channel. I'm most excited for not just the transformation that everyone's gonna have, but also I think it's gonna help transform me, because I have been running the eBrand Club the same way for the last 3 years. Granted, we have switched platforms and we've kind of like shifted things a little bit, but never to the extent at which we are about to.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna help me understand that I'm in control of my business, and like what I do the first go round doesn't mean that something has to stay that way forever.
Right.
You know? So I think I'm most excited about like how it helps me grow as an entrepreneur as well. But I just think they're gonna love it so much more.
I think so too.
Yeah. So in terms of like you and your journey, like where are you at?
Yeah, this is a great question, because that's something I opened up to you about in the course. So it's funny, I joined the club and the course, and that's because I started off, well, I mean, if we like rewind, I've always been a creator. Like I've always been creating something, whether it was like writing poetry at one point, blogging, like I always had this urge to like express myself publicly, right? But now that I'm an entrepreneur, I really was focused over the last year on like proving to myself that I can sell and make money. It was always this like thing I had to prove, like, okay, you're not just a creator, you know how to actually like get people to buy in and add value, right? So I was like switching into that gear. So where I'm at now is kind of wanting to switch back. Like I started learning how to sell at a premium. I actually was in Jordan's VIP Days program, Done in a Day. So Jordan,
nice.
he brought in, So kind of like learning through that thing of like, yeah, you can sell at a premium. Yeah, you can sell 4 and 5 figure offers. And I learned to do that really quickly. And I'm like, okay, now what? So now that I've proven that to myself, I want to go back to my core and start building my brand. And really what I see my long-term brand as being is what I call the Arabpreneur. So someone who's really, really like pushing entrepreneurship in different career fields in my Arab community, which even though we have so many entrepreneurs, nobody's looking at it through that like lens of like an entrepreneur talking about entrepreneurship, which I'm excited to do. So I'm at a place where I don't want to let go of my entrepreneurship, but I also really want to double down on my creatorness too. So for someone like me, and if that resonates with you, that's why like both programs really, like I can't let go of one, because I'm like, I need to learn this part, but I also need to be, you know, in a program that's pushing me to create as consistently as I know I can. So,
that's real. And I think that having, like, I always talk about self-awareness, because knowing like what part of your business is worth focusing on right now, because we're kind of opposites. Like you started with premium offers. I haven't tapped into premium offers yet, not in the 5-figure range. So that's something that like I want to get into, because I feel like there is a need when you hit a certain level to like be around people at a certain level, and to be able to invest that type of, make that type of investment in your business already sets the tone for like where your mind is and what types of people you're going to be around in those environments. So that's definitely something that we're working on too. It's just like looking at, okay, e-brand club, that's more of my lower ticket offer that I think is the most accessible for the most people, and it's really gonna still bring forth like an incredible transformation, and it will prepare them for the creator to CEO course. And then we are working on like a whole mastermind retreat for a really premium offer for more advanced entrepreneurs who are just excited to like
take off. And that point about having people around you who push you, like I can't tell you how valuable that has been. Anytime, you know, even being part of your programs at this point, like just being around people where the conversation is already starting at a different point. Like we're not having to, like, just quite frankly, with my family, I'm having to explain so much more, and not because they don't believe in me or love me or support me, but they're immersed in a corporate culture. So to them, that is the language and the perspective and honestly the ceiling that they're looking at life through. Whereas as an entrepreneur, you can speak about like these otherwise crazy dreams that you have and not feel crazy for having them. And for the mastermind, like that is what I'm excited about, is just, you know, rallying people who have your values. I feel like even within the entrepreneurship game, your values are so different. And I go down these rabbit holes and like look through people, and I feel like sometimes people do lack that self-awareness and sometimes that honesty to really talk about what's happening in their life and not feel the need to show just a portion of it. And I'm excited for you to attract other people who have that sense of like authenticity and, you know, just big dreams and thinking big.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Same.
Okay, so what made you want to be even a part of my program?
Yeah, so I love this question. I'm so happy to be saying this right now, because I don't think I've told you this, but like when I listened and learned from other entrepreneurs, I always felt that there was this like template that everybody followed. And I know, you know, like I help business women do, and listen, the templates are good, the templates work, but I felt like you just had like a no rules approach to entrepreneurship and just life and business. And that is what I value. I value people who are like, that's cool, but I'm gonna do it this way because this is what my people want, or this is what my community is responding to. I think those are the true innovators and true entrepreneurs. So I'm like, I want to be around her, and if that means joining her programs, and of course also learning from her content, because that's what I was doing on YouTube to even get there, right? But also like just being around you more on the lives and, you know, in the creator to CEO course, just following that journey and being so excited to see, here's another example of how she's not following all of the like almost cliche rules that everybody follows on how to do all this stuff. That's what made me want to stick around, and it made you kind of irreplaceable in a way where I wasn't finding other creators and entrepreneurs who had their own style and were just walking confidently in that. And that's how obviously I want to be. I'm creating something that's like literally not there. So I need to have that self-assurance and confidence. So yeah, and I guess if I were to say like what I'm most excited about for her moving forward and what I'm excited to work on with you is like having your product suite detail your journey, because your journey is exactly what is unique. And you know, now we have the eBrand Club, and that's the creator, like if you just want to be a bomb creator, that's the place for you. Exactly. If you feel confident in that and want to move on just like she did, and I know your journey is like YouTube to business, right? And then you want to turn it into a business with several streams of income. That's creator to CEO courses. Yeah, and now the mastermind, and that's like kind of where you've been at like, over the past couple years, and you're creating a space for that. So I'm really excited for her product suite to better reflect.
And for it to just seamlessly flow into the next thing, because that's how I felt. Like it can feel choppy at sometimes, like when do I need to talk about eBrand? When do I need to talk about Creator CEO? When do I need to talk about top 3? When do I need to, you know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, you always kind of like, the more you grow, the more you have to juggle everything. And so that's like, and like, let's not even talk about throwing sponsorships in and travel and speaking and this and that. And it's just like, that's where you start to really need people like you to come in and like, who knows my brand, who knows me, and like can help me like make sense of everything.
For sure.
So anyway, this was fun. We were like, what are we gonna talk about? Let's just powwow. Let's just, you know.
I'm like, we both can talk, so we'll do it. We'll be good.
We'll figure something out. But yeah, so do you want to leave your contact information? Like, I don't know if you're taking new clients right now, but
so I'm not really taking new clients, but honestly, you didn't think you were taking new people. So like, I'm always a fan of just pitching people and forming that relationship. The best way to keep in touch with me is my YouTube channel, which is The Remix, and that's spelled TheRimix, or Arabpreneur on TikTok. I've been really trying to take your advice.
Yes, she be TikToking, y'all.
I'm trying.
Well, thank you so much, Rima.
Thank you.
And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.
Bye.